Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Grow and Clip Bonsai First Seniors. Today is February 22nd of 2024. It's Thursday, 49 degrees Fahrenheit, 9 degrees Celsius at night at 7 p.m. Temperatures are going to start to slowly drop again. Today I'm going to show you the Vitex, plus what I got, the buy I got at Menards. Now our Vitex is a chase tree. The zones are 6 to 9. The height is 10 to 15 feet or 3 to 4.6 meters. The growth rate is about 3.3 to 5 feet or 0.9 to 1.5 meters per year. The soil alkaline or acid, loves the soil well draining, does not tolerate moist conditions, loves the light full sun. It attracts butterflies, bees, and hummingbirds. Now this was a gift from my friend Clint Cotton, the crepe myrtle guy, on 11/29 of 23. He has beautiful crepe myrtles, and this Vitex, he told me to give these a try for my climate. So there's Clint's, you can see it better. So, first, the buy I got at Menards. Now you got to go after Valentine's Day, because these were $7.99. And because they're in a pukey condition, I got them for $2.99. They're watered good, so I'm going to work on this another day, because we're going to do one of these for our Remembering Mama. And who's Mama? Our mothers for Mother's Day. So we'll put that over there. Now this Vitex I'm going to put in a bigger potting container, because it's already starting to grow real good. I got this in the east window in the basement, so this one's getting a lot of light to grow. So that one I'm going to save for another video. I got another one. I know I had 5 of them. I got to remember where I put them. But I know I got one outside to see how I overwinter it in the microclimate, so we'll see what happens. Now I like this guy. And what does he remind you of? The talking candelabra on Beauty and the Beast. Look at how I used to talk, and here's the thing, and here's the other part. So I thought this was pretty cute. So if you remember Beauty and the Beast, the cartoon from Walt Disney, that reminds me of a candelabra right there. So what I'm going to do before we start on it is take off some of the dead leaves. So here's my pruners. So we're just going to cut this piece off. And this piece right here. And because I have to get a little bit closer on it, we're going to take our nose pullers and get real close to there. We're going to allow for some dieback, just like that. There we go. And I think we're going to let our candelabra stay a little bit, but we maybe can grow it out to here and let it bush out. And we'll see how it looks. I want to see how it develops. And then all I'll do is give it a little touch of lipstick. This color. I can't read the name. Oh, it's Dark Mauve. And I like the lipstick because it does a well job of sealing in the wound. And all it is a natural wax. Why pay all that money for cut paste? Oh, everybody got to use cut paste. Nah, this is just as good. I've been using it on my roses for years. I cut them back in the wintertime. It stays on all year long. Hey, the best stuff in the world. Okay. So let's take it out of the pot and see what it looks like. See how the roots are on it. Well, it doesn't want to come out. Let's take this, throw it in here. Put the pot on the side. Let's put this down more so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. And you can see how fast them roots grew. And this thing grew nice. He's got a nice sandy type soil in here. So what I'm going to do is just take most of this out. The roots really took off on this thing. Look how beautiful they are. Really, really nice. Now what I have to do, I might have to do some cutting on this, so we'll see. So for the roots, I'm going to take my root scissors. It cuts into the soil and just cut off this big lob, because I'm not going to use all of it. Just like that. And then this soil, Tom, let's put it into here, because you never know what you get in the soil. So what I did was get this in from Clint and let it just overwinter real nice. Now this is a tight root ball here, and since it's growing, I don't want to do too much on it, but let's see what we can do out of it. Let's see if we can get some of the soil loose, because it's real tight in there. And I don't have fast forward or nothing like that, because what you see is what you get. If I goof up, I goof up. So let's see if we can get our Vitex apart here. The roots don't want to come out. That's a nice tight root ball. Nice. Let me get some more water in here. You're going to say, Tom, that's dirty water. No, it's fish water. It ain't going to hurt the plant. There we go. And we're just going to loosen it out. And watch so you don't get this soil in your nose, because it flies. So we just want to even it out so we can see how our roots are. And she's got a strong root system. You can say, Tom, why are you calling it a she? Because I call plants that flower and have beautiful flowers a girl. And the ones that don't have the fancy flowers and stuff, I call that the males. But, you know, to each his own. So we got to get our steak fork in there and get this loosened up real good. It's got a nice tight root ball, nice and tight, and a beautiful root system. So I know that other tree is going to be the same way. I'm going to have to repot it, because I bet you them roots are long too. Yep, this is real tight and a half here. If I can get this loose, we'll be in like flint. I go to Clint's site, and he's got a lot of trees, and he'll always answer you. If you leave him a message on his site, he'll always answer you back. Always. It's a family-run business. But I've known Clint for a long time now, and he grows beautiful trees. You're going to say, well, how come your trees ain't growing? Because I try to overwinter them in my climate here. And they don't make the cold when it gets to when it gets to 8 below R0, which is, I forgot what it is in Celsius. But it gets cold, so we'll see what happens on the ones outside, because I got a couple of crepe myrtles that survived the cold weather. Let's get this out, and let's see if we can tackle it some more. I don't want to step on it, and I don't want Kevin drinking the water. So we'll see what happens to this year, because I put the Pokemok that I got outside in the microclimate, and I covered it with leaves and stuff. You can see the nice root system on here. In the mouth. And I think this got a beautiful root system. How would you say it? Exquisite. So, let's pull this root out, and this one's going to wrap around like a curlicue here. So take this guy out. Okay, we got one growing straight down here. Let's see how it looks in there. Don't be afraid to dig into the root system. It's not going to bite you. You see how this one grew straight up. So we want this to relax and cut it right at the joint here. Take that off because we got the other part of the root going down. Here's where I cut it right there. So just get it out. Just comb it out the best we can. Let's see how it looks. I can't get all of this soil out because I'm limited in the basement. But we can get most of it out. We can see where the start of our root base starts. No, I don't use fancy bonsai terms. I use it so people can understand what I'm talking about. You start using all them fancy terms, nobody's going to say, oh, I don't know what he's talking about. But those of you in the business, you can use them. But this is my root flare right here coming out this way. And I think we got the start of a good root system here. You can see how nice it looks. I got a lot of nice feeder roots, so I'm going to let this thing grow. Let her grow. Let's get some more of that soil out, and you can see some of these roots are coming straight up. And this one's like a curlicue there, so we got to get this one out. Cut this one out right here. It's going around in a circle. This one's growing up. Just cut. They'll grow. There's another one that's growing up. There's another one that's going in a circle, so we'll cut some of these back a little bit so it'll tell them to grow. Just a little bit. I got a nice downward rating, so we can always spread these out. These downward roots, look how nice they grew. We got a nice way of doing this. Okay, let's take this out. Don't be afraid to get dirty. Hey, you were a kid once, right? There. I'll use the water that I did the tree in. Get a paper towel here, wipe my hands a little bit. Now we got to move the soil. Now, I had a bougainvillea. My boogs don't overwinter for me in the basement real good because I don't really have the light for them. So I know out of the other two that I had, the other one that was in here died. So I'm going to use this pot, and you know it's got the gullies in there. So I'm going to put our Vitex here, but before we do anything, I'm going to I got a node over here and a node over there, so I'm going to take this one and cut it. And then I'm going to take this one here that's growing out, and it's got a node coming up and to the side, so we'll just cut it over here, let it bush out, and we'll try it. So let's put it here. I like it. It looks like that candelabra from Beauty and the Beast. That's something cool. So we'll get our charcoal and just fill up those holes with a lot of charcoal. This is aquarium charcoal. You can get it at any aquarium shop. And you can see how small they are, and I'm just going to load up the whole bottom. Just like that. And then kill the fungus gnat. Now we're going to get some perlite and stick it on the bottom so we got more drainage. And the reason why I use the charcoal is because whatever water, tongue-tied there, sits in the bottom of the pot, the charcoal won't let it become bitter and rancid, so to say. I'm going to say, Tom, you haven't sifted the perlite. Well, in this weather it's cold, but when I give it a good drink of water, it should all drain out. There we go. I still got my fast draining cactus mix. The mix that I use for the, let me get this out of the way so I don't step my foot in the water. From the old potting soil that we had from the poinsettias, or poinsettias, I call them poinsettias. So I'm just going to take out some of our soil and put it in. Nice fast draining soil, because that's what it likes. Yeah, it's got some big rocks in there, but who cares? You're going to say, Tom, what's the front? Oh, I don't care about the front right now. So there we go. And now put that down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to flatten these out so we got a nice radial root base coming out for us. And just stick it right on the soil like this. Now I can spread them. And we can put it, because they're coming way out this way. You're going to say, Tom, the candelabra's all wrong now. Yeah, I know. But I want these roots to grow. We can always leave this as a leader and cut this back yet, but I'm leaving these on here for now because I want to get the full vim and vigor just in case this doesn't make it after the repot. And we'll go from there. And this way here, it's got a nice curve going up. It's going this way, then it's coming this way. But these will just be my sacrificial branches for now. And wipe your hands. Get my towel. As long as I got towels, I don't have to use my pants. There we go. And I know I'm going to start getting some... lost the rubber band. There we go. We'll get our Nikos in there to give this thing a good start. And I'm just gonna put it in, nice and slow. Get it underneath. Jiggle it in, jiggle it in, jiggle it in. I'm going to say, Tom, that's too much. No, it's not. Don't forget, it's not fertilizer. Beneficial bacteria. Okay, so now, put this in. You can see the rocks falling out, but that's all right. I got them rocks in there for drainage. Just gonna put it in like that for a minute. Give it a shake to get everything in there, and then you gotta fire in that chopstick so we get the soil into the root system there. Fire it in, fire it in, fire it in. Just fire it in, fire it in. Gotta fire it in. Get them air pockets out of the soil. Just fire it in, fire it in. There we go. Now that's good and sturdy. So we get some more on here. There we go. We get some more. Let's get it going here. Don't forget, always look for plants after the holidays, because they tend not to take care of them that much, and then the plants go on sale cheap. I'm going to say, Tom, you're cheap. No, I'm not. I look for buys, and then you save these plants. You just save them. There we go. Get that in there like that. Now we're going to water it in. Let's get my ironwood tools out of the way so I don't get them all wet, because you know nothing cuts wood like ironwood. And remember, you get a discount if you order from there, if you use my last name on there, NOWAK in the code. I don't get no money for this. I don't get paid for my ironwood or nothing. I pass on the savings to you. I say, Tom, is that true? Yes, it is. Why would I lie to you? There we go. Nothing coming out yet. Let's go, Mr. Elephant. Kitties want to see you. Water them in. Water her in, I mean. There we go. And we can always fill you up after we get everything settled here. Yes, Marisol from Frostbite Bonsai. I still haven't bought that stuff for the pots. I'm running around like a nut. I had fish tanks to clean. I had a disaster on my little tank where I lost all my fish. And the little 3-gallon one. So I had to strip it. I saved one fish. One cat one. It was the baby tank. That was a tragedy. Okay, so we're going to get our dragon stone. There's the head of our dragon. Look at that. Fungus nets. Then I'm going to put a stone here. I'm going to say, Tom, those don't match, huh? Right now, it's for the tree. Just to get the roots settled in. I think this should hold it down real good. I don't know what I do with all my rocks. Oh, you know what I can do? I can take my little owl dress for the winter still, because winter still ain't over with yet. We'll go for there. Now you're going to see what I was talking about. It's got a nice curve this way and this way. That's the grow and clip method. You cut it here, it grows this way. Then you cut it over here and let it grow that way. But these are going to be my 2 sacrificial branches so we can thicken up everything and get everything to grow. And I don't have nothing to put on the bottom there to cover it up real nice, but I got to get the sand out of the garage later on and just go from there. So, it's Thursday night, and that's book night. Read a book. Shut that TV off and the computer off. Give yourself a good hour and read a book with a nice hot cup of tea. So you take care, everybody, and have a great night. And remember, Clint Cotton, try the Vitex tree. It grows fast, so we're going to see how these grow this year. This one, the other one, I have to repot it later. We'll do that in another video. But this one I'm going to put back in the east window until I can get everything cleaned up around here, because as my sign says, bless this mess. And it is a mess. Take care, everybody, and have a good night, and read a good book, and enjoy a cup of tea.